What's going on, everyone? I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to improve your SAT May score by 200 plus points, so that way you can get into college of your dreams. Now, improving your SAT May score with the SAT being May 7th, which is about like 2.5 weeks from now, isn't the easiest of things, but it's extremely doable, and here's how. Jumping right into it, the first necessary step you have to do is understand your current level, and there's no better way to understand your current level in the math and reading section than actually taking a practice exam. Now, why do you want to know your current level? Well, if you don't know where you're at on your SAT journey, right? Let's say you want to get 1400. If you don't know that you're already at a 1400, then you might be studying needlessly, right? You might be studying stuff that you don't need to study. So you want to see exactly where you're at, and that's why I highly recommend taking a practice exam released from College Board, so like exams 1 to 10, because they have a breakdown of like the topics for each single question. So let's say you find out that you're struggling hard with algebra. Now you know to study hard with algebra questions like linear equations more. Say you're having trouble on semicolons. Now you know to review semicolons more. So you want to understand where you are currently in your SAT journey. A lot of students, usually when they first start off, they might have like a 600 math and 600 reading, sometimes a 500 math, 500 reading. Understanding how much you need to improve to get the score you want is a big deal, because let's say you want to improve 500 points, right? In these 2 weeks, you're gonna have to know, all right, I gotta put some serious work in every single day, maybe 3 to 4 hours of intense studying, and then I can get the score I want. So once you understand your current level, the real question is, all right, so I got my current level, but let's say I have 600 reading and 600 math. Which one should I do first? Should I do math first or reading first? Well, there's a correct answer to this. I know a lot of you guys will be like, well, if you're a good reader, then you just focus on math. And if you're really good at math, just focus on reading. No, that is not it. Trust me, I thought I was really good at math until I saw my score was like a 640 on my first practice test for the math section, which is not enough, right? 640 is good. It's above average, but it's not 800, right? I'm not maximizing my potential score. So that's why the second tip is to maximize your SAT math score first. The SAT math section is easier. And there's so many tips and tricks that you can use to boost your score like 200 plus points in a matter of like days, not days, maybe like a week. So I would say just focus on the SAT math section first, right? SAT reading also takes more time to improve because you have to read passages. You have to read questions for those passages. While SAT math, once you learn a topic, you can knock out like 10, 15 questions just like that. And that, right, boom, right there, you just practiced like 15 questions in what, 15 minutes, right? While SAT reading, you can only probably practice 2 or 3 passages within 15 minutes, maybe only 2. And that's just not enough, right? You're spending way much more time practicing for SAT reading than you are SAT math. So why not just knock out the easier section, the section you can improve your points much higher on first? And if you want to understand all the SAT math tips and tricks, then I highly recommend checking out my SAT math course, link in the description below. It has all the tricks and tips you need to know, and it will help you improve your SAT math score by like 100, 200 points if you do everything it says. Now, while I have been talking a lot about focusing on the SAT math section, use my course to make sure you get 800 on the SAT math section, also understanding your current level. Another big tip is to be careful of practice test curves, right? Now, why I'm saying this is because a lot of times students will take practice tests, right, throughout like their SAT studying regime. And all of a sudden, they feel like they learned more, yet their score decreased. And that results in them getting extremely demotivated, and a lot of people sometimes quit depending on the time frame. But there's only 2.5 weeks left until SAT May 7th. So if you're seeing your practice test score going down, you're probably extremely demotivated and you might want to give up. And I'm telling you right now, don't give up because of the practice test curve. You see, different practice tests get scored differently. If you check the scoring for each one, you'll see it's noticeably different. Sometimes a question wrong is minus 30, while on another SAT exam, a question wrong might be only minus 10, sometimes even minus 0. So again, please check your practice test curves. And what you want to focus on is your raw score. You want to see how many questions out of 20 for the SAT math section did you get right? Did you get 18 right? Did you get 19 right? And for the calculator section, out of what, like 36 or 38, how many did you get right? That's what you want to focus on. You don't really care about like the actual score itself. Focus on your raw score. I promise you, if you're getting 100% on SAT non-calc section and 100% on SAT calculator section, you're getting 800 on SAT math, all right? So don't worry about the scores itself. Just focus on the raw score and make sure you're getting the highest raw score you possibly can. And the same thing goes for SAT reading. Some SATs have harder passages. Some SATs have 2 history passages instead of 1. And we all hate history, and we all probably get smacked on history passages. If you don't, you're a genius. But for most people who are normal, you do, like me, right? So some SATs, you might get 2, and that's highly not unlikely, but very unlucky. And as a result, your score might get hit a little bit. But that's why you gotta look at the curve. beware of the curve and just focus on the raw score. And trust me, if you're maximizing your raw score as much as you can, the curve will usually help you, right? You have to understand the average SAT score is like 1,060 or 1,090, maybe 1,010. So a lot of people, they're not getting high SAT scores, right? They're getting average SAT scores. They're not getting in the 1,300, 1,400 range. So if you're a scorer who's getting within that range, you're already past the majority of the curve, right? You're already like in the top 95th, 99th percentile. So just focus on your raw score and just get as many points as you possibly can. And now my next tip, which is also extremely important, is to focus on SAT reading comprehension last. And now I'm saying SAT reading comprehension, not just SAT reading, because I already said SAT math comes first and then SAT reading. But now SAT reading has two parts. You have SAT writing section and the comprehension section. A lot of people neglect the SAT writing section. They think this is common knowledge, this is like just putting the comma in the right place. Well, a lot of people don't know how to put the comma in the right place, even though they think they do. Okay, the number one mistake people make for the SAT reading part of the exam is they only focus on the comprehension section and they do not care about the writing section, which is horrible because the writing section is the section that is easier. It is a section that, it's like the SAT math, where once you learn all the tips and tricks, you will get a 44 out of 44, which is 100% on the writing section. And that will help your score tremendously. And one thing I've noticed is any practice I've taken for the SAT where I got a high writing score, like a 42 out of 44 or 43 out of 44, my score usually ended up between a 690 to 760 range for SAT reading section. Because comprehension section, I would get like 8 to sometimes even 13 questions wrong. But if my writing score was really good, like a 44 out of 44, 43 out of 44, which is very doable because I started at a 31 out of 44, all right? I started with only getting 31 questions correct on the writing section to practicing and studying and learning all the necessary tips and tricks, and then ended up getting like a 43, I think, on the actual SAT exam, which is tremendous, right? Because that helped me get a 740 on the SAT reading section. Like I said, guys, focus on the writing section, maximize it as much as you can, do study those grammar rules, use Khan Academy's grammar topics, like breakdown. It's amazing, highly recommend it, keep doing every single question so you get 5 in a row correct, and then, right, focus on the comprehension section, right? Because once your writing score is high, then comprehension you can, lack a little bit, like most students do lack, it's usually the weak point, right? But because the writing test is so high, like your score on it, you have a cushion. You have a cushion to do bad on the SAT reading comprehension section. And when I say bad, I mean like get max 15 questions wrong. If you're getting over 15 questions wrong, then you still gotta study, right? Like if you're getting 5 to 8 questions wrong, I think you're in the goal money range. You easily looking like a 760, maybe even a 770 depending on the curve. So let's go for that. And now my last tip, and this might be like a little of a selfish tip, but it's a tip that I've seen work, right? Students' scores have improved 200, 300 points. People have got perfects, right? And this last tip is to 1, watch my SAT math course, and 2, watch my YouTube videos, all right? And now this seems highly like arrogant and cocky, but I'm trying to tell you guys, it has worked. The amount of students who have sent me positive reviews about my SAT math course, telling me it's helped their SAT math score. The number of students who've told me that my videos have helped them get like an 800 on the SAT reading section. Like it's tremendous, right? This is a proven formula. It works. If you can't buy my course, I have free content online. Like just use it, guys. Trust me. Binge my videos. All right, binge my course. You can get every score you possibly want for either SAT section if you just put in the hard work and studying. There's so many tips I've given across these past 2 years. Just binge all the videos, learn everything, and next thing you know, you'll be getting a 1600 on the SAT May exam. And you only have 2 weeks, but in these 2 weeks, you can get the score you want. Because trust me, I started studying February 21st for my March 10th SAT, and I ended up getting like a 1540. So you're basically at the same spot, a little less time, but you can easily get the score you want without a doubt. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Check the description. Peace. And now for everyone who made it to the end, I do have a special discount for everyone watching this video. If you use the code May7th for my SAT math course, you will get a 25% off discount. Thank you all for watching. Peace.